Where do you belong on Earth and where should you live? A lot of people these days, during this collective global reorganization that we're going through, are asking themselves these questions. So if you are already in your happy place where you are, congratulations, that's amazing, because it means that from that home base and that solid foundation that you have, you can really move out into the world and play your role in the grand reorganization. And if, like me, you are not quite certain about where you belong and you're in that process of discovery, then today's video has a really helpful message to help you discern where it is that you belong. I'm Karen McMullen. If we haven't met, I am a channel, and today I'll be sharing a channeled message from the Council of Light, my higher self or guides, that illuminates this idea of that we each have a place that we belong on Earth, and that when we find that place, it allows us to serve our proper role more fully. After I share today's channeled message, I will also be sharing with you some insights that I have personally about this topic as I go through my own exploration of where do I belong on Earth as well. Awaken to your Starseed mission, episode 29, Where You Belong. I am confused on a daily basis about what to do and what not to do. It's okay. This is a natural process of blending between yourself, your soul, and all that is. There are many aspects that are converging to move you into action on a daily basis. It is okay to be confused. Confusion is a sign of integration. You are confused because you are integrating. You are integrating galactic codes of harmony and well-being into human life on Earth. You are becoming a starseed human. You are blending worlds. You are blending aspects. Along the way, you are finding it much easier to be human. You are grounding here on Earth. You are less and less in resistance to life here and all that it entails. You are involving yourself in life here. You are embedding yourself into life. You are creating routines that embed you into life here. It is all very good. We want starseeds to thrive on Earth. Starseeds are not here to be a sickly, sorry bunch. You are here to illuminate and inspire what human life can be. In order to do so, you must be well, and you must have become well adjusted. In order to be well adjusted, you must find your way to be here now. You must build a life, aspect by aspect, that contains the foundations that allow you to be present. We are not suggesting that you disregard your starseed light identity in order to immerse yourself in human life as it is. Well, in fact, that is what we are suggesting, but not quite in the way that you might think. We are suggesting that you find the ways to authentically immerse yourself in life on Earth. As you do so, you will be naturally guided towards those people, places, and activities that allow you to express values of harmony, sensitivity to the well-being of all, and love. You will create a loving home. You will live daily routines that are harmonious and that create wellness. You will create loving, harmonious connections with others. You will establish routines that allow you to be a beacon of well-being, love, and harmony for others. You will create a life of harmony. You are creating a life of harmony. This is your starseed mission. It's not to escape. It's not to go home. It's to deeply and fully immerse yourself in the here and now of present-day life as it is. You can do this. You are doing it. And in the process, there is some confusion as you navigate how to put in place the pieces of the foundation. What is the foundation? The first piece of the puzzle for a solid foundation on earth is earth connection and a harmonious home. We mean harmonious in terms of living in harmony with nature. This means that you find your place on earth, where you are connected to the earth and her elements. You belong. Find that place. Let the earth speak to you and guide you to where you belong. Oftentimes it's more obvious and less glamorous than you may think. It's simply where you feel connected. Don't complicate the process. If you haven't yet found your place, allow it to unfold without urgency, but also without delay. If you are thinking about a place that might be right for you, go there. That is the only way for you to know whether or not it's your place. Certain places are temporary homes. The earth may want you to visit a place temporarily and to take up residence for a time to help you cultivate certain aspects of being. You will always then be guided to move on to your next place. Does everyone have a place? Yes, of course. There is a place for everyone on this earth. You are all here for a reason, and you all belong. This is the most foundational piece of the puzzle. If you do not have this in place, you will not feel your place in this world, and you will not be able to interact in harmony to the degree that you would if you are in your place. What about if someone is married and one person resonates with one place and another resonates with a different place? This is not about residence. It's beyond resonance. It's about where do you belong? Where are you meant to be? Where do you need to be? Place comes before people. If you aren't in the right place on earth, you will basically be miserable. You will be a sorry version of yourself and nothing will go right, including your marriage. You will spoil your marriage by being in the wrong place, the place where you do not belong. Think about it this way. Take the metaphor, for example, that you are each cells in the body of life, here to perform your unique role in contributing to the whole. A kidney cell belongs in the kidney. A brain cell belongs in the brain. A brain cell in the kidney will not perform its function. Even if a brain cell loved a kidney cell, it would never thrive in the kidney. Location, location, location. Your relationships are dictated by place. If you are truly meant to be with someone as your marriage partner, you will belong in the same place as them. It is also possible that you move between 2 or more locations on a regular basis. Some people are more movers than others, but usually if someone is a mover, that will be deeply tied to their purpose. The majority of people are meant to be in one place most, if not all, of the time. This is increasingly true. Creating a harmonious home in your place involves a great deal, but foundationally it is about how you interact with the elements. How do you create shelter and harvest the rain? How do you gather food? What farmers in the area can you be connected with? Where does your water come from? How do you create heat in the cold? How do you stay cool in the heat? A harmonious home is necessarily deeply connected to your relationships, and so your relationships are also primary to your foundation. As you have been inquiring, your place is deeply connected with your relationships and vice versa, but we would urge you to consider your location first. In the cases where there is a conflict, say in a divorced family where the father and mother are co-parenting but living in separate homes, it behooves both parents to find a place where they belong and to collaborate in the process. This could require that the entire family move to another location so that both parents are able to fulfill their role. This is why you are spending so much time thinking about place and people and place. How do they fit together? These are important questions that require intentional deliberation over time to work out. Don't delay in the process of doing that work, but also don't worry. Trust that you have your place and that you will inhabit it with the right people. Everything else unfolds from these foundations. Welcome back. So I know that this channeled message doesn't give you the most concrete, crystal clear advice about where specifically you should live, but I think that the guidelines and just a few of the key ideas here can really guide you in the process and unfolding of discovering a place where you feel belonging. I'd like to highlight here a few key concepts that have come to me over time in the process of discovery that I've been going through. One of the very first things that I received when I began channeling the Awaken to Your Starseed Mission book was I saw an image of the earth, and with that image came the notion or idea that the earth herself is alive. And she knows you exist, and she knows where she wants you to be. And she'll let you know that when you are there. You'll know that you're in a place where you belong when you feel connected with the earth elements there. And personally, I have noticed, for example, I don't feel that earth connected in places that are desert-like. So just notice, where do you feel that sense of belonging in terms of being able to easily connect with the elements? Another thought to share is just that you have to go to the place to know whether or not you do feel that connection. And so don't be afraid to just go and try something on. Whew, it's getting chilly. I'm gonna go elsewhere to finish this video. Another important thing to consider when you're looking at the theme of belonging and a desire to find the right place where you belong on Earth is to look at the context that we're all living in of the after effects of colonialism. So depending on whether your ancestors are, colonizers or were colonized, or maybe a combination of the two, the way that you approach that is going to vary, and there are, significant wounds on both sides of the equation. This is a really big and complex topic that I will not be able to do justice, but I do want to touch on it because it's definitely something I have reflected on. I channeled a message about colonialism in the context of colonialism and alchemy of consciousness, and left unexamined, chances are you might be operating out of a lack of belonging. For example, if you were a colonizer ancestrally, oftentimes people who moved and left their homeland to go colonize elsewhere, they did that out of a great inner poverty and a lack within that drove them to seek home elsewhere, in someone else's home, and to even feel entitled to take over other people's lands and homes. Imagine the poverty, the inner poverty that would have to be present in order for someone to behave in such a harmful way. I wrote a poem about that called The Lost Children. I'll put the link below. Also, if that is ringing a chord of truth with you, you will probably enjoy the work of Jenkinson, and I will also link something of his below that you can check out and resonate with. On the other side of the coin, if your ancestors were colonized, there can be feelings of displacement and lack of safety, and all kinds of results can come from that. And so this is something we all really need to look at. If we are struggling with a sense of belonging, we need to look at how did our ancestors feel about belonging, and knowing that history, especially like in the places that you might want to feel at home, is, to really respect the people who are from that place. And, that weaves into where you fit into the bigger picture as well. I know that many of you out there are feeling like you don't belong on Earth, and I know this because this is one of my most popular videos on my YouTube channel is I feel like I don't belong on Earth. And so that's something that's commonly being searched on YouTube, and then that video is being found. And what that tells me is this is a bigger theme that's, common to us as humans. I would love to hear from you how it's going in your pursuit of finding that place where you truly belong so that you can fulfill your role. You can support me in this work by liking, commenting, subscribing, and maybe even sharing this video with someone that you know who is in the process of finding the place where they belong. And if you are in that process, please trust the process and just take one step at a time. It's certainly not something that you can force, and in fact, forcing it really, in my experience, has led to not so great results and a lot of pressure. And you're a child of this world, so you do have that place where you belong, and you can just trust that that will unfold in time and that you are safe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon for another episode of Awaken to Your Starseed Mission. Take care.